my name is Gabby, and today I'm going to take you through a 15-minute Pilates workout. It is about a beginner's level. I will give you some modifications if you want to make it a little bit harder too. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to start lying on our backs. Our knees are kind of up here, and what I want us to start with is really kind of a nice pelvic curl. So if you've seen one of my videos, you may have done this before, but just imagine kind of you're tilting your pelvis towards you, towards your head, I suppose. So it's kind of like rolling, as if you're going to start lifting up for a bridge. So let's just go ahead and roll the pelvis towards you, and now go ahead and do the same thing, but roll it away. So we're going to get a nice arch here. So roll your pelvis towards you so you have a nice flat back, especially that lower back. Then you're going to roll it away. Feel a nice arch there. Let's tilt the pelvis again up towards your head to have that nice flat back. This position that we have when we have our pelvis kind of tilted towards us and we have our lower back flat on the mat is really important, especially when you're starting out in Pilates. The reason why is it's going to protect your back as you're doing some different ab exercises. So as much as possible, try and keep that pelvic tilt. As you get more advanced, you can have a more neutral spine, but as you're starting out, let's go ahead and kind of think about that. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and kind of take that a bit further. Anchor in your ankles. You're going to do that pelvic tilt up towards your head, and you're going to keep kind of rolling up slowly. We can plant our hands into our mat, into a nice little bridge. Let's go ahead and roll back down. Think about rolling very slowly and lowering to your mat one vertebrae at a time. All right, touch down. You felt that lower back here. Let's go ahead and do that at least one more time. So roll. Feel your spine kind of nice, like unrolling into this position. And we're going to roll all the way back down, nice and slowly. All right, let's do it one more time. This is the last one. Nice little pelvic tilt. Let's lift up. Hold it here. And then you're going to roll back down, thinking about touching one vertebrae at a time down onto the mat. Go very slow, slower than you want to go. Okay, awesome. So now let's go ahead and we're going to do something called it's like a supine spinal twist really. So you're going to take your knees into this position. You can plant your hands into the mat. If you have more space than I do, I would actually recommend planting them like this. I don't have a ton of space, but I can show you this way here. What we're going to do is we're just going to roll ourselves to the left. Keep your hands nice and planted into the ground to keep yourself stabilized. And then you're going to let yourself come back to center. We're going to go ahead and go onto the right hand side. And come back to center. Let's go to the left. Feel that nice spinal twist. Don't go too far. And use your abs to bring yourself up back to center. Just go as far as is comfortable for you. So we're going to go to the right hand side here. And then let yourself come back to center, really squeezing those abs, engaging them in order to come back onto the left hand side here. And up. Go onto the right. And come back to center. Let's do one more on each side. Engage those abs to come back to center. And we're going to exhale to come to the side and inhale to come back to center here. Awesome, awesome work. Okay, so next we're going to come up here. Actually, no, let's stay back down on my mat. Getting myself all confused. So let's stay here and we're going to start with a chest lift. So your knees are in this position here, feet flat on the mat. Let's go ahead and have our arms out in front like this, and we're just going to peel our head, neck, and shoulders up off of the mat. And just hold it here for a second. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. And roll back down. Lower, nice. Lift our arms up again. We're going to peel ourselves up off the mat. Hold this position here. And lower. This time, let's go ahead and bring our knees and our legs actually up into a tabletop position. Going to do the same thing, just like this. And hold it. And lower. Nice. Let's do 2 more like that. Arms up. Peel ourselves up off the mat. And slowly lower down. All right, last one. Arms are up. Peel ourselves up off of the mat. Hold it here. We're going to lower back down. Go ahead and give your knees a nice little squeeze into your chest. You can roll a bit to release your lower back and massage your lower back. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come here. You can have your arms up in this position, or if you prefer, you can kind of do a nice little hammock position here. And we're just going to do a single toe dip. So dip 1 toe down and up. We'll do the left and up. If this is hurting you at all, go ahead and lay yourself down on the mat and lower like this. This is still an awesome workout. I'm actually really feeling this right now. And sometimes it's really cool to kind of go back to these, to just straight fundamentals, straight basics, because these can be some of the hardest moves when you're really kind of concentrating on them, when you're being mindful and just trying to engage your whole body. Okay, let's go ahead and peel up again and just do a couple more like this. Okay, and lower. Hello, Una. Don't know if you guys can see my cat hiding back there. No. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing this time. Let's go ahead and lift up, but this time we're gonna go ahead and lower with both. Nice. Let's just do about 7 or 8 here. 3, 4. Same deal, you can come down if you'd like. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Awesome. Okay, give your knees a nice squeeze. I was gonna say, give yourself a nice pat on the back as well. Hello, Una, making another guest appearance. Okay, so next we're gonna come into our hundreds. Your knees are gonna be like this. We're gonna lift up the same way we did for our chest lift, and you're just gonna pump your arms. As you're pumping, make sure that you're really breathing here. We're gonna take about 10 deep breaths total. Only about 7 more. And lower. Awesome. Okay, next we're going to come into our single leg stretch. What you're going to do is you're going to curl yourself up off of the mat, just squeeze one leg in and switch. And switch. And switch. Last one here. And lower. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead into our crisscross. So the crisscross looks a whole lot like the bicycle. Again, you wanna think about keeping your shoulder going towards your knee as much as possible rather than your elbow going towards your knee. Just gonna do a few more here. Let's do 3 more. And lower. Awesome. So next we're gonna do the roll up. This really isn't necessarily a beginner move. We're gonna try it anyways, because why not? So for the roll up, the way we usually do it, we're gonna have our arms all the way up overhead, and you're gonna slowly peel yourself up off of the mat. If we're a beginner, what we might do is actually go ahead and just have our knees bent and just kind of practice this motion at first. But let's go ahead and give it a try. So, gonna roll your head, neck, and shoulders up off of the mat. The goal is to keep your legs planted and to lift and come all the way up to seated. If your legs lifted up off of the mat, or if you needed to bend or kind of pull yourself up, that's totally fine, don't worry. But when you do get the hang of this, doing 1 roll up is like doing 6 crunches, so it's a really good workout. Okay, next we're gonna come on to our sides for just a little bit of leg work. Have your shins just parallel to the mat here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift that top leg, and you're just gonna do kind of a smudging motion in one direction. So imagine you have paint on your shin and you're just kind of smudging it on a wall in front of you. Gonna go in one direction here. And then we're gonna go ahead and switch. Excellent. Let's just do about a few more here. Okay, and lower. Excellent. Next we're gonna do knees and toes. So we're gonna go ahead and touch your knee here, and then touch your toes. So you're gonna kind of open up into this kind of clamshell-like motion. Knees and toes. Knees and toes. As you're doing that, really think about kind of, I want to say flexing your bum muscle, but really just engaging your glutes to go ahead and make this motion. Seems like something really small, really tiny, and it is a small motion, but you should still be feeling it here. If you're not feeling it, it means probably something is not quite connecting. Maybe you do want to be thinking about kind of engaging those muscles a bit more. Let's just do about 2 more here. And lower. Awesome. You can give your bum just a little massage. We're gonna switch on to the other side. All right, so prop yourself up. Here we go. And gonna lift that top leg up, parallel, and just imagine you're smudging. Now, I'm not really pointing this foot only because I sprained it recently, so I'm trying to be a little bit gentle on it. But if you'd like, you can kind of point that top foot as best as you can, and it should make this motion a little bit prettier. We're gonna go ahead and switch directions. Very nice. And lower. Okay, next you're gonna go ahead and do knees and toes. So let's go ahead, knees center. Ooh, this is not very pretty with my toes the way they are, but that's okay. Knees and toes. Knees and toes. If you'd like, you can actually put your hand here on your muscle to really kind of feel it working. I think that's pretty interesting, especially when you're starting out. Okay, just a couple more here. 2 more. Last one. And lower all the way down. Go ahead and give yourself a nice massage. You deserve it. Okay, we're going to come up now. And you're going to lay on your stomach. Extend your legs out. And what we're going to start with is just a little back extension. So what you'll do is, again, it's called the back extension. So we want to be thinking about really kind of extending our back out. Place one hand on top of the other here. You can rest your forehead on this little hand pillow. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lift your head up, looking kind of forward here. And as you do that, try and think about extending your spine out, growing taller through the crown of your head. Keep your hands planted into the mat, and this is your back extension. It's a really small motion, but you should start to feel something really nice in your back here. Let's lower down. Just going to do this 2 more times. So we're going to lift up slowly and think about extending through the crown of your head, growing kind of taller, longer. Keep your toes nice and planted into the mat. Continue looking forward rather than up, really forward here, and just extending. Let's lower down slowly. Okay, we're going to do one last back extension here. Lift up. Grow taller through the crown of your head. Keep yourself nice and planted into the mat. But think about kind of your spine growing longer and extending out through the top of your head. Excellent. We're going to lower down here. That should feel really good on your spine. It felt amazing on mine. Next, what we're going to do is a little bit of a swan prep. And what we can do is, it looks a lot like a cobra. You're just going to bring your hands into about where your chest is located on the mat, side to side. Keep your elbows back. You want your elbows kind of hugging towards your rib cage. And what you're going to do is just lift up the same way we did that back extension. Imagine that same motion, but here we're pressing into our palms. We're just going to go a little bit higher. Hold this for a few seconds, keeping your toes planted into the mat, and lower. And lift again. Think about that nice extension. Engage your arms. Hold it. And lower. Let's just do 3 more of these here. Lifting your head up off of the mat. Thinking about that back extension motion. We're going to really push into our palms and hold it here. Let's take 2 deep breaths. And lower. Just doing 2 more here. Lifting up off of the mat. Thinking about extending, growing taller through the crown of your head, and we're going to lower back down. Last one here, let's really make it count. Gonna lift our head up off of the mat, looking forward, and just extend out here. Hold it for 2 deep breaths. And lower. Amazing. Let's come back into a child's pose. I'm gonna kind of bring myself into the center here. A few big, deep belly breaths. You can bring your hands to one side. Just stretch it out a bit. And then onto the other side. Let's come back to seated at the center of our mat. A big stretch overhead. Ooh, I'm going to be careful with my ankle again. Sorry. Big stretch overhead. One stretch to one side. Oh, and then onto the other. Last big stretch overhead. Let's bring your palms to the center. Thank you so much for working out with me today. I really had so much fun. I hope that you did too. If you want to continue the fun, go ahead and click on this video next. Get another workout in. Let's keep going. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that too. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye.